Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this video is part of the how to learn knife catch or how do I learn knife catch playlist. Now this is like a little bit of a documentary style of playlist where I express my thoughts or verbalizing my thoughts as I progress in the wonderful world of knife catch. Okay, now the thoughts are my own, but the ideas that I'm basing my thoughts, or the exercises, that's even better, are not. Okay, I am following the footsteps of or advice being given by my good friend Matt, and also the video that he made a few years ago by now, which is how to learn knife catch. And what he just basically laid out, those exercises, I'm following that. And while I'm doing the videos, I'm kind of expressing how I see those exercises, what did I find during, okay? What did it make it easier or more difficult? Basically, his idea is, for those who are new to the channel, is to break the whole knife catch down into manageable exercises and in the end bring everything together. And this is the last video, or one of the last video, because this is about timing. So quick recap, you already watched the video on foundations, because if you want to learn knife catch or you're interested in the topic, watch all the videos, because there's not enough time and I don't want to recap, say everything that I said before. That's why the videos are there. They are detailed. Okay, but to recap quickly, foundations, and then you learned the toss, you learned the toss and the throw, and then now we put it together in a timing toss and throw, also utilizing the tracking of the object being tossed. Now, toss, some people refer to it as the pitch, is the offhand throwing whatever you want to catch into the air. I'm sorry. For me, these are aluminum cans, so this, let's air quote, sub category of knife catch called the Illuminati. Those who don't know the difference between Illuminati and Illuminati, watch the video on my channel. Okay, so my aim is to catch aluminum cans or pin aluminum cans to the target. So to do this successfully, we need to get the timing right, because the aluminum can needs to arrive to the target at the same time the knife or throwing implement arrives to the target, and then hopefully it results with successful catch. Now we have to break this down into two different categories. If you're throwing outside or inside where is enough internal height, that means your arc should be nice and I don't want to say curvy, but not flat, the opposite of flat. Have a good arc. Okay, now that means you're sending your implement at the point, either at the apex or the height of the arc, or just before or just after. Now that bit you have to figure out your own. Okay, I will help you with that in a minute, just bear with me. Now if you're throwing somewhere like me with less of a height, first of all you have to find the right place where you still can have some arc. So I had to move forward. I was at 3.3 meter. Now I am about 2.7 meter, because closing the distance meant my arc is slightly bigger. Okay, 2, and that came from other throwers who recommend that if your arc is flatter, have your throwing implement ready, not somewhere. Okay, you'll see many people, you know, pulling from sheath and from pulling from pockets. That's the next step. But from learning, if your arc is flat, have it ready, because you have shorter time between tossing the object you want to catch and sending your throwing implement. Okay, and that got me worried a little bit, because what if I don't have enough time? So what I started to do is toss the object, and as soon as I toss the object, send the knife. So what I wanted to get is the knife arrives to the target first, and that the object, the soda can, hitting the butt of the knife, which meant I have, if I achieve this, I have enough time, and I did. Now, taking one step back again, I film everything, so I rewatched. In that stage, when I was working much more precisely on the timing, I would do 5 toss, and I would rewatch it. Okay. Now, also what I recognized is I don't see this hitting the target. Don't see the soda can hitting the target, but I can hear the difference. Okay, I can hear, so could you. There is a very clear difference between this and this. That was a very bad throw, but different thunk. That's a hollow, this is a solid thunk. So I stopped looking and I started listening. So now I can recognize when happens together or and then a thunk. Then I know that the timing is completely wrong. Okay. Also, video yourself. So once I knew that I can actually beat with my throwing knife, or throwing implement I should call it, can get to the target first and then the soda can, I just had to start dialing back the wait time between the toss and sending the implement. Okay. Now, since I don't catch every time, I'm still working on this part. I am still at this part. This is why I was hesitant to make this video. But something happened last night, something magical. I caught 2 in a row. That was the very first for me, 2 in a row. And I caught 4 within 30 toss. And I felt on top of the world. So I decided I'm going to make this video. This is one of the last videos in the series anyway. So it is unfortunately a little bit of a try and error, but emphasizing video yourself and try to listen to the different sound it makes. That was good. It was a different height. I could clearly see it. And if you start listening, sooner or later you will start to see what's happening. And I'm sorry about the glare in the screen, or on the video I have a crack in my screen. So once you got that, sooner or later this will happen. Okay. I am not this good. This is the 3rd take. I mocked up the wording before, and those ones I never actually caught one, but I did now. So this is what happens when everything, the timing is perfect. And I still think of it this way. I'm trying to put the soda can in front of my throwing implement. Okay. That's all I can say about timing. It is a little bit of trial and error, but don't be afraid to, if you think your can is not going where you're aiming it, because remember you're aiming your toss as well, then every so often just do a few toss and then send the knife. So don't be afraid to step back, pull it apart, put it back together, practice more. Practice and you will get it, because if I can make this, everybody else can. If I can learn this, there is no reason why anybody else couldn't. Just have to put a little bit of time into it. And when I say a little, again, another trade secret, I practice or I dedicate Illuminati 2, maybe 3 times a week, maximum of 15 minutes. That's it. That's why I limit myself to either the 50, 5 set of 10, or now I started to do 3 set of 10, because otherwise I would be dedicating the whole session to Illuminati, and I don't want to do that. I got other things I would need to work on or would like to work on. But yeah, practice and you will get it. Now, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments and I will try to answer it. As I said, I'm not great at this, but I just caught one. On what I would call live TV or video. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.